How much is a decade of loyalty worth when it's traded for a silk tie and a lie I wasn't meant to see? The night everything broke was a Tuesday in our home in Miami, the air conditioner humming a low, indifferent tune, while I stood in the laundry room holding a crumpled slip of paper from a boutique on Collins Avenue. It was a receipt for a $3,000 watch, dated 2 days before my birthday, a gift I never once saw, never once wore, and never once gave. My heart didn't shatter, it went cold as the marble floors beneath my feet, as I realized the woman sleeping upstairs wasn't the person I'd shared a bed with for 10 years. I stood there, staring at that small piece of thermal paper, knowing that my life was about to become a calculated war zone. If you genuinely enjoy our stories, please subscribe to the channel. Tell us where you're from and what time it is right now. It's always fascinating to know how far our story flows. The behavior had been changing for months. It started with the late nights at her Chicago marketing firm, the sudden interest in new perfumes, and the way she'd pull her phone away whenever I walked into the kitchen. Sarah became cold, manipulative, acting like I was a burden for simply existing in our townhouse. She made me feel small, gaslighting me whenever I questioned her distance. But the receipt changed everything. It took me to a hotel parking lot outside of Dallas 2 weeks later, where I sat in a rental car, watching her walk out of a steakhouse with a man who looked like a cheap imitation of a high-powered executive. They were smug, untouchable, laughing at a world they thought they were cheating. I emotionally broke down that first night, but by morning, I was a different man. I became a ghost in my own house, secretly gathering digital evidence, recording the hushed phone calls in the hallway, and documenting the financial drain on our joint accounts. I hired a private investigator who tracked them to a suite at the Fontainebleau, capturing the images that would serve as her social and legal execution. I didn't scream. I didn't confront her. I waited until the morning of her sister's high-profile charity gala in downtown Miami. I set the legal and social traps with surgical precision. While she stood on that stage, feeling like the elite of the city, the process servers arrived. The envelopes didn't just contain divorce papers. They contained the truth, distributed to her boss, her family, and the very circle she valued more than her soul. The public exposure was absolute. She was ruined, socially discarded, and legally cornered with an ironclad prenuptial agreement she'd forgotten I'd strengthened years ago. The ending was quiet. I sat in our empty living room on Brickell Avenue, the silence heavier than any noise we'd ever made. She had nothing left but the expensive watch I eventually found in the trunk of her car, a trophy of a betrayal that cost her everything. I watched her walk out the door for the last time, and I didn't even feel the satisfaction I thought I would. The end.